Boom.
What are you saying, Mr. Lavish? How you doing?
Normal, man. Steady Eddie. It's calm.
Steady Eddie.
I feel like. Huh?
So what'd you get up to?
I don't know. I feel like this Sunday was a bit, it's a quiet one still.
Quiet one. Jesus saying you tore it down on Saturday night.
What are they doing Saturday night?
No, that's all right. See, I was hoping you fill in the blanks. I was hoping you fill in the blanks for me. Apparently,
Saturday night, man.
People lying on your name.
Lying.
And I told Julie she was lying on you then.
And you're better. Wow. Shout out Jules as well. That's a wife now.
My wife. Put some respect on that.
Mrs. Tier 3.
Mrs. Not madam. Not
Mrs. Tier 3 now.
Mrs. Tier 3. You can send gifts to our PO box.
Yeah, send gifts towards the Tier 3 account. We'll make sure she gets them.
Yeah, she's got a registry and everything, so there's gonna be
a gift list as well. Julie would like PS5s, a beard trimmer, a beard oil, 2K22. These are things she likes. I know they're quite boisterous, but yeah, she's tomboy. She likes 2K22, beard trimmers. Obviously some Jordans. I think Julie's a 7. She's a 7. Yeah, Jordan.
Size 10. She said she likes them spacious.
Perfect.
So, don't worry, it's all going to be in the description. You lot can you can pick. If you want some discount codes, I got that for you as well. If it makes it easier for you, but us at the Tier 3, we're just trying to boost up Julie's presence list. Also, if you didn't get invite to the wedding, don't take it personally.
Don't take it personally. COVID and everything. Just restrictions still count. It's still restrictions.
COVID's still a real thing. You can't bring everyone.
But, her family's quite serious about things like that. So just yeah.
But if you do want that, just hit me on the blow, innit?
At the end of the day, though, I'm dressed in all black like it's a funeral. It's a funeral. From my side, it's a funeral. On his side, it's a celebration.
Literally. I wore the black for the funeral thing, but I had to bring the white for the celebration. Do you get? Like this?
You're a psycho because you wearing a do-rag. You don't even want waves. That's how I know you're just excited.
You still have to take care of the hair. Still got to take care. Nave says it's a funeral for Ollie. That's it. That is. He says he's hurt. All the ops are hurt. Now you lot can't sing Ollie's at the wall anymore.
I won't be hurt if you get Rodgers, but we'll talk about that.
I think, you ready to kick this off?
Yeah, let's shoot.
All right, cool. I'm gonna play that theme music.
We need a new rhythm, but let's play the rhythm.
No, let's play the rhythm music.
You are now listening to The Final Third.
I think Pepe's so comfortable.
Wow, you should be in
just need to shake him.
You should be in prison. We bailed you out. We bailed you out to come and play this season. You're out here disgracing us. You should be in prison. You're facing charges.
Why is Nathan calling me critical? Nah, this is getting personal. It's mad personal. Mad say critical. But hello, guys. Welcome back to The Final Third. I'm your host today, Banks, aka Banknote, aka asking for a 10, and he's got that for you. I'm joined by my ever faithful co-host, man, like Shem or Shemi or Shemi Laurie or Lavish, whichever one you want to call him. He's in the building today to talk through the latest game week. How you doing, Mr. Lavish? Oh, what? You see when you got the
sorry, that just came through. What did you say back? Yeah. Okay. Nah, yeah. Just come through. Just got the alert. Ollie's gone. Sad day in football, man. Sad day in football, man.
There's only one place to start, man. We've got to start there. Gunnar Solskjaer finally put out of his misery. The decision to sack him was taken on a Saturday night. Everybody was in Club Live. Everyone was in Oceana and everything. And they made the decision in the middle of the night. He was back home with his family.
You know what's actually funny? You said on a private thing, you said, I'm not coming out tonight. When they asked you to step out last night, you said, I'm not coming out tonight. I'm giving Ollie to the end of today's church service. He has to be gone.
By the time church, he has to be gone.
Yeah, you got to first service. If you went to first service, I don't know if it was done then, but I stepped out of church and it was done.
Stepped out. See, God wasn't going to let me celebrate his day.
Enough was enough.
Back. Do you get? Because nah, it had to happen. Shall I tell you what? We're gonna talk about. This is the big topic we needed to talk about. I think even if we lost that match 2-1, Ole stays. That's what's so spooky about our board.
I really wish we got lost 1-0.
If we came back and we drew 2-2, he'd still be in a job right now. That's how spooky it is at our club.
It upsets me that Watford didn't need to. Emmanuel Dennis is what he didn't need to score a brace. Like them last 2 goals, he made. If it was 2-1, it would have been fine. But he's just.
If it was 2-1, Ole could sprinkle something over. He probably would have got away with it. 2-1, even though like he's managed to survive a 5-0 against Liverpool and a 2-0 spanking against Manchester City, both at home. Like this 2-1, he would have survived it if it was 2-1. That's what's so spooky. If he got the 2-2, he's comfy. But it's only because it got embarrassing. The performance already was embarrassing because we got worse.
The result was what was written in cement after that.
Exactly. We even speaking about, we're going to speak about the match. Even speaking about the match, 4-1, even though the last 2 goals came in the final couple minutes, 4-1 was a heavily deserved victory on Watford. Like they deserved that for them 4 goals. Deserved. That first half performance, oi.
Ironically, I was saying in first half, any person that was playing okay was actually Harry Maguire.
Yeah, he made a couple blocks and whatnot. Then he went
in
to
the
shit.
First half, but in the second half, it all capitulated. And leave it in the comments. I feel like Harry Maguire got sent off on purpose.
You think so?
100%.
So do you think Pogba got sent off on purpose?
No, off of that, exactly my point is if we're gonna say Pogba did, then you must say Harry Maguire did. So unprovoked. I don't see him do a scissor tackle. He lunges in, but he doesn't do that scissor tackle like that normally.
No, so I think it's the exact. Remember what happened against Leicester when he lost the ball and we conceded the goal? Exactly the same thing for the red card. He tries to dribble, takes a shit touch, loses the ball and makes a stupid tackle. Harry Maguire, you stupid! What you were doing this against Albania, brother? Albania. You thought you'd proved your critics wrong against Albania. Brother. You decided to do this. And everybody knew once you come up against Ismail Assar and Emmanuel Dennis, you're going to him back. Like, it literally could have been anyone straight after international break. It's not the fact that it was Ismail Assar and Emmanuel Dennis. It could have been anyone. After he did this, you knew he was going to get embarrassed. Because it's not like you're a good defender in bad form. You're okay defender in shocking form that shouldn't be doing this once you've scored a goal.
Nathan raised a great point. They were semi-pro ballers. They had other jobs after that match. They had to get up at 9 a.m.
Them men are clocking in the next day. They ain't wasting annual leave after this match.
It's interesting though that this was the match that was the final straw, like for Oli, because it's like it's long overdue. But like you said, it was a scoreline rather than the performance.
He survived the 5-0 at home to Liverpool.
That's crazy.
At home to Liverpool.
I'm quite upset for selfish reasons because you're meeting Arsenal in December the 2nd, and it's like I still wanted him to be there because there's no way.
You're facing Ole's Darren Fletcher, Michael Carrick's in charge. You're facing Ole's brothers. Like you're facing his cousins.
Nothing's gonna change. So it's like for me, it's not even December and the season's written off. And to be fair, it was written off at the start, about the end of October. It was written off. Not so like United board and United fans, they've all conceded to the fact that this season is written off and it becomes a top 4 race. Now you're looking at it and thinking it's not fair for you guys to really do this to the rest of the league, because the way in which you judge everyone else, if we're being honest, if we hold you up to that same yardstick, it's not fair. It's actually not fair because we understand football is funny for the agendas and that, but several agendas you run on, whether it's Pepe or Havertz or Thiago being a fraud, or Liverpool not being strong enough, or Chelsea just having Lampard and being weak, or Arsenal just being mediocre. It's like when it's you lot, you understand all these crap and let's just leave it at that. Okay, we'll just come back next season and regroup. But like really and truly, this is probably the worst season since Fergie's left. This is atrocious. This is the best squad, and it's the worst season since Fergie left. If we really, really deep it, you were supposed to be in and around a title run. Like at least if you gave up in March or you fell through it in the start of the new year. No, it didn't happen. By October, it was done and dusted. Now you've turned it into a top 4 race, and it's like, and the thing is, it's not even convincing that you might make the top 4, and this is the best team.
I'm sorry, wait. Nathan said sacking Ole and getting in characters like getting rid of an STD and finding out you have a new STI. Nathan, what is wrong with you? Hey, imagine you go to clinic, you get the all clear, then babes is calling you up like, yo, sorry, I just got. Hey, Nathan, you are a sick guy. But yeah, back to your point about what the barometer should be, or what the barometer is for United. Look at the squad we have. Just looking at the squad we have, there's no reason for us to be doing as poorly as we are. There's absolutely no reason. So you're right in that sense that people shouldn't start reassessing what the expectations for this squad should have been. We should have been challenging at the top of the table with this squad. With a competent coach, we're challenging at the top of the table with this team. No doubt about it. Competent coach, we're challenging. But Ole got found out. That's like
Oli didn't get found out now. Oli got found out a very long time ago.
He got found out because
by you guys a very long time ago. And it's interesting because there's only like a handful of managers that really gets the best out of this team. And you shat the bed not getting Conte. Honestly, so you really shat the bed because use the other your rival fans, use their emotions to be able to draw if you've made a correct decision. I feel like if you got Conte, the rest of the football world would be like, okay, they mean business. You're now linked with like Brendan Rodgers, and it's just like I pray you
don't. Nobody trusts the board to get it right.
I pray you don't get Brendan Rodgers.
You kept getting it wrong. You kept getting it wrong in terms of picking managers.
I'm hearing Laurent Blanc. I'm like, okay.
They keep getting it wrong. They keep getting the decisions wrong. Who to bring in, and it's like you're faced with another opportunity to bring in a manager, and I'm just like, I don't trust you to do the right thing. There's quality managers that are not available anymore because you took so long. Literally, you had the international break to do this. For you to do it straight after the international break, do you know how stinking the incompetence is for you to wait until the international break? You had 2 weeks. You let Ole go on holiday. You let him go on holiday. He was in Norway.
Okay. As a Ole, though, all seriousness, as a Ole, I'll be very, very pissed off at that because that could have been a real holiday for me. But instead, like on them 2 weeks, I was thinking and sweating about how I'm going to save my job. Now I've got a long sabbatical, but I wasted 2 weeks in which I could have started my holiday. But cool. And I could have got the Norwich job.
You get sacked, he's probably got the Norwich job, or he could have went for it at least.
I could have been in the Norwich job, but everything's dried up.
Also, like I understand, Ole, you want the payoff, but you knew you was out of your depth. You knew it was a sinking ship and you could not get it back and you did not want to walk. That's why my sympathy for you is...
So that's what I was going to say. So all this legend stuff that Gary Neville's coming out, we're going to talk about Gary Neville in a second. All this legend stuff that people are doing about how he loves the club. Honestly speaking, we've not been in this situation before, but I believe if I actually love the club as much as everyone says, I'd walk, Like, falling on your foot, it's not cowardly to
understand payoff, like, you need to get paid, but if you believed and if you love the club as much as
financially, all right, my bad. Financially, I'm not walking. But I just think no, but I don't believe it was finances why he didn't walk, honestly. I don't know, but cool.
I think it is finances. I think it is finances as well, because everyone wants to pay off.
Okay, cool.
You're not giving up I think he's getting paid off like 7.5 million. Like, that's a lot to give up. But at the same time, you knew you was out of your depth and you didn't want to walk. So my sympathy for you is very capped. Just gonna say, big up everybody that's in the building right now. If you're new to the Final Third, make sure you subscribe. If you're in the building right now, make sure you hit the like button. We'd love to get them likes up. Smash the like button. Hit the subscribe button as well. All of that. But yeah,
that's the thing about you. When you host, you're very good at the housekeeping thing. Well done, man.
You got to keep on top of the housekeeping. But yeah, back onto Manchester United. We can talk about Gary Neville a little bit.
I don't think if you were in a job, like if you were in charge of Arsenal, I would have called you and said, I think you should walk, And then cool.
No,
if whatever you do
on TV.
Pardon?
No, so I'm slandering. I'm going at you on TV.
That's fair enough, but I would have called you on the thing like, yo, like you're fucking up. You should have walked. And then whatever you do at that point, if I don't have the chest to slander you on TV and say the truth, I think I'm taking a couple sick days. A couple unpaid leave days, because you can't keep coming on TV and telling everybody it's the players, it's this, and shifting the blame because you're losing credibility. And also, if you do slander me on TV, it's just a relationship between you and your boy. But stop trying to spin the narrative because now it's like ended, and you're saying like, oh, Gary, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, thank you for bringing Soul back into the club. When the hell have we judged like a manager's job? Because he's bringing back Soul and
what
like,
does that mean? What does that mean?
It's just not fair.
I think you let people get away with sound bites like that. You need to stop. Like, what does that mean? You brought Soul back.
What does that mean? You brought Soul back?
What does it mean? Like, break it down, and tell me what does you brought Soul back into the club mean? Because right now you've got a squad of quality players that you've asked for that are performing well underneath their abilities.
But you brought back Soul.
What does that mean? What does it mean that you brought back Soul? We need
to
nothing. Break it down. Because
Mourinho didn't bring back Soul, but he brought you some trophies.
Jose Mourinho, Louis van Gaal, they brought us trophies. You can say, oh, thank you, Jose, you brought us Europa League Cup, whatever. Van Gaal, you brought us FA Cup, whatever. You can't just say you brought us Soul and expect, that's the thing, like, make it make sense. You got to make it make sense with these sort of things. You got to make it make sense. Looking forward.
By the way, Nathan threw you out.
Nathan said if Shems was a manager, Banks would 100% power him in every pre and post match discussion. Look,
I said pre and post. Hey, crap.
Shem knows the FM files that we've been on. That it's all love and it's all love until it can't be love anymore. Like, until you have to call something up, and we all know it gets spicy. In the
FM with the friendship group has shown me characters. Has shown me what everyone's really on. The skullduggery everyone's on there, the nonsense that everyone's on. But yeah,
like, you have to be fair. You have to be fair. I'm looking forward to obviously the vacant hot seat at Manchester United. They're talking about an interim boss until the end of the season, and then a long-term boss at the end. I won't ask you for an interim manager, but I will ask you who you think should get the job on a long-term basis.
You know, I've always said the perfect person to really like go into this job, I feel like, is Zidane. I remember you've told me to stop saying that because he's already said no, but I don't think any manager says yes when someone's there.
His wife ain't hearing it.
Nobody. Ideally, you've lived in Spain majority of your life or Italy. You don't want to really go to Manchester, all seriousness. But I feel like he's the perfect persona for this job in terms of managing the big personas at this job, working with the best players and getting the best out of your best players. That's what you need now, to get the best out of your best players. And he has no time for bullshit. The problem with Zidane is that the Glazers can't tell him this because he's dealt with Perez. He's dealt with the guy at the top, the biggest of the final boss. And no Glazer can tell him what to do. Do you get? So I feel like that's the problem with Zidane, but I feel like he fits it in terms of the cash. He has the cachet and he's just like has the magnitude of a manager that should manage Manchester United. But so I feel like if you want an interim manager, it's for someone like Zidane. If you're going to get a caliber of that in the summer. If not, who would fit you lot the best? I really do think it's Zidane. I think it was Zidane or Conte. I feel like the Ten Hag thing is. I really do think the Ten Hag thing is more so based at like Arsenal, like very specific.
No, stop saying Arsenal. Literally a City. Like if Pep decides to walk, City are sweeping him up. I don't think there's any.
Pep decides to walk. I don't know when Ten Hag got stock. It's very, very funny, but cool. Anyway, I actually don't know when he got stock all of a sudden. It's like the lack of manager has made it. Lack of available managers have made him get better stock. Interesting. Then Luis Enrique laughing at you lot. That was jokes.
Said, there's April Fool's Day.
Hell no.
Like that's
Arsenal as well. That's got Arsenal written all over it as well. Luis Enrique. And then I don't know. I really just think Zidane. I think the Laurent Blanc thing is dead. The Ralph Ragnick, sorry. I don't know too much about him. Apparently, he's the person. He's like the German guy at the top. And then I'm seeing Brendan Rodgers. That would be jokes. Brendan Rodgers would be joke.
Yeah, Brendan Rodgers can't run. It can't run. You can't fail everywhere you've gone and then get another big job. It doesn't work like that. He should have taken the Aston Villa job. Done another project, prove yourself.
Brendan?
Yeah, Brendan, do that. What you don't flop at, I won't say flop because he didn't flop at Leicester, but he did not achieve what he
Brendan
was.
Rodgers has been a flop at Leicester.
You think so? I wouldn't say a flop.
He's made them stable, but he's tanked. He's tanked significantly. He's tanked. The last 10 games, go check his last 10 games in both seasons. Tanked.
The last couple, like the fact that he's ended both seasons when he was in contention for Champions League football in exactly the same fashion. You don't get to step up after that. You need to sort out whatever that was, because that's clearly a persistent issue.
And it's funny because we say last 2 seasons, but let's be honest, it's free because it's like you got the 1 Liverpool season and 2 Leicester seasons. Now that's a pattern. That's a pattern. You let it slip 3 times in the Prem.
What are you telling your players in crunch time? What are you telling your players in crunch time? That's what we need to know. Final thing on Manchester United before we move on.
So who did you want? Sorry.
Who did I want?
Yeah, because your boy Punch is late.
I said the other week I'll take a bit of Ten Hag ball at Old Trafford. I'll take a little Ten Hag ball.
That's not
take a
even
little Zidane ball as well. I rate Zidane's thing. I rate Zidane's thing. All I know is we cannot fall into the trap of whoever becomes interim manager. If he wins a couple games, you get all excited. You get all giddy and think, oh, he might be the wait. No, you've been down this road before. You've literally been here, done it, and you've seen how the picture ends. You've seen how the movie ends. Whoever you pick as interim, make it an interim decision. Keep him until the end of the season and reassess. You clearly didn't have any plan for when Solskjaer being sacked. Otherwise, there'd be an interim ready right now. There'd be an interim getting ready right now. But clearly, you had no succession plan, no planning for who was going to come after Solskjaer. So whoever becomes interim, I hope he's ready, able to steady the ship, get top 4, and give us a UCL run. That's it. Give me that till the end of the season, and I have to take it because right now we can't ask for much more.
Jim said Brendan Rodgers, he fumbled 4th, but he didn't flop. Then Nathan said bottling top 4 twice cancels that, Chim.
Ooh.
Interesting. Yeah, I feel like Brendan Rodgers. It's harsh calling it a flop because he's made them like a proper good, strong Premier League side. But
put into the comments, do you think Brendan Rodgers flopped at Leicester City? That's what we want to know.
He's still there, innit? So flop in at Leicester City.
Has he flopped so far? That's what we want to know. Has he flopped so far at Leicester City? He's finished 5th twice, won an FA Cup. Is that flopping at Leicester City? Put that into the comments.
But contextualize it in the sense that where they were before.
No context. We like contestless slander. It's like slander.
Glorified Lewis Favre.
Or Peter Bush. That's the old Ajax boss. He had all the stock before Ten Hag. Jim said we wouldn't talk about Leicester in top 4 races before Rodgers. Puel and them man were lingering in mid-table. That's fair enough. He brought up the stock of Leicester, no doubt.
It's crazy but they were Premier League champions before Jim.
Nathan said, I'm not going to say flop, but he's taking them to the next. He's not taking them to the next level, which is CL football. Ideally, I hear it. Again, that next level of UCL football is what he was on the verge of, and he couldn't really get over the hump. So I get the idea that he really wasn't able to.
But it's like this Premier League thing. It's next level. In Liverpool, taking them to the next level at that time was winning a Prem, and he fell flat of it. Now taking Leicester to the next level will be making them a Champions League, stable in the Champions League, and continually qualifying for the top 4 for the Champions League. And he didn't do that. So I know no one's saying he should go to Man United, but he would flop at Man United.
Yeah, no, that would be nasty. That would be nasty. Again, if you're inside the building, thank you very much for joining us on this Sunday evening as we discuss the latest Premier League football. Make sure you're hitting the subscribe button, hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, do it simultaneously if you have to. Make sure you're hitting the subscribe button. I don't know. Maybe they can do it. I don't know. Do it. Try it.
This guy, this is the thing. Man said it's still sensitive. Them Gerrard slips still hurts the man.
Liverpool was 8 years ago, bro. Let it go. Hey, Chim, it was 8 years ago, but it still happened.
Still on his record. Still on his record.
It's the perfect segue because now we're going to talk about the other big game that happened this weekend. Arsenal, high on confidence after a run of not losing, travel to Anfield hoping to end the hoodoo The Hoodoo not having won at Anfield since 2012. Can you imagine that? They ain't won at Anfield since 2012. That's a whole 9 years. Whole 9 years that run. They came in with a lot of confidence. Shem saying last week, West Ham gave them the blueprint of what to do. But unfortunately, somebody left the blueprint at the Emirates. They wasn't able to go through it before the match. And they clearly forgot the instructions as Arsenal succumbed to a 4-0 defeat at Anfield. Lavish, how did you feel about the match? Did a lot of people, I'll just say this, a lot of people didn't necessarily think Arsenal would beat Liverpool at Anfield, but they wanted to see how Arsenal would compete against Liverpool at Anfield.
Yeah.
Do you feel like Arsenal competed with Liverpool at Anfield?
No, they didn't. No, they didn't whatsoever. It was like a good barometer to judge, like just to really judge what Arsenal's really not going to be on this season, but where they're at. And it was I wouldn't even say it's a humbling, but I would say it was like a good humbling for the gassed average fan, Arsenal fan. Like you start the game, yeah, and with such a dark place as Arsenal from where we've been, but you're happy that Arsenal didn't concede or took long to concede, because going to Anfield within the first 10, 15, maximum 15 minutes, you're already a goal down. So we get into like about the 40-minute mark or 30th minute mark, and we haven't conceded, and you're quite happy.
No, keep going. Don't worry about what's on the screen. That's not for you, Shem, man. I didn't put up there to throw you off. I didn't put that there to throw.
Anyway, so yeah, it's funny, man. I'm so like what my club has done to me, letting a club like Liverpool talk smack. We didn't grow up with this. Anyway. But yeah, so we go there and we don't concede early. And then your question, sorry, to answer your question, yeah, it was a good judgment of where we are this season or how we're doing. This form, this Fugazi, like rose-tinted form that everyone's getting happy about, beating teams we should be beating, except for more or less Leicester, I guess, Leicester away. But it was a good humbling. It was a very, very good humbling for the gassed average fan or the optimistic one.
I remember during the Get Well Soon Arsenal show, Stevie was in the comments saying, everyone, just relax. He wasn't too confident about going to Anfield. He says he knows what happens at Anfield. And I just want everybody in the stream right now to relax, because there was a lot of excitement building up into the match. We had you, Chidi, Ricky, and Nathan, big up Nathan, inside the chat right now. Had you fought in the stream, and there was a lot of excitement building up, but Stevie just wanted to come in, kind of temper that, said, guys, it's Anfield, it's a hard place to go to. But a lot of people were telling him to shut up, so I just wanted to big up Stevie quickly because he came with that.
Hold on. Bring up Chim's comments. Who the fuck are you talking to? I know where you live.
He said, Chim said, you ain't won since 2012. What you grow up on, bro?
It's not about. Listen, our league isn't, our season's not judged on if we win at Anfield. But I'm saying it's the fact that you're talking smack as a Liverpool fan. Yeah, we didn't grow up on that. You lot have been shit all our lives. That's what I'm saying we didn't grow up on. But cool.
Club like Liverpool is bigger than you. Put into the comments, is Liverpool bigger than Arsenal? That's what I want to know. Is Liverpool bigger than Arsenal?
No, we're not having that discussion.
West Ham showed us the blueprint. Hey, fair enough. Yeah, this is a cooking.
You think so?
Yeah, like, it's a little bit still.
It's not cooking. I'll say it's a little boil. It's not cooking. Anyway, back to the game. I feel like in terms of the game, it's not that you're ever going to win the midfield battle, but Thomas Partey, mate, I don't get. We have to have a discussion about dude, because like
we're gonna speak to him at recess. Don't worry. So we're gonna speak to him at recess.
Word, legit. It's not about, because for me, I'm not questioning his quality, but the fact that he can't string together 5 games is why he's always like, he looks like he's just lost a yard of pace, and he just looks like, and I promise you, it's the lifestyle. I promise you, not when you're not eating tapas, you're eating real food now. You're eating real food and living that London life.
It's harder to digest. It's harder to digest.
He just looks like he's lost a yard, and he just doesn't look up to speed. For me, yeah, I can't. He has to be, because he's your marquee central midfielder, 45 mil, however much we bought him for. You have to rise in these games, but he was missing. People are blaming Lokonga.
Of course, we are 6 times. So keep going. So it's clearly a Liverpool fan wanted to answer.
Here they come. Anyway, yeah. So no, people are blaming Lokonga.
When somebody asks, is Liverpool the biggest club in England?
But yeah, all counting all Alan Hansen's trophies and that. No, but yeah, they tried to scapegoat Lokonga in centre mid, but I don't think that was the case. I feel all of them were not that good, and Partey was the worst because more onus should be on Partey as the bigger player.
Yeah.
But to shout out Liverpool's midfield because I feel like Thiago was fantastic. I feel like Fabinho was fantastic, and Chamberlain was also good. They were the best three midfielders on the pitch, all Liverpool's midfielders. Then we had our defense. Our defense was playing. Gabriel played okay. Ben White had a okay first half, and then after the goal, just collapsed. And for me, it's annoying. It's bittersweet that we're doing okay because I want us to be a car crash right now because we get rid of Arteta, and then we can really get this thing going. Partey is not that guy. Oh, interesting. Neither is Keita. Get him off. Neither is Keita, but cool.
Yeah, that was an interesting match to be fair, because I feel like for 35 minutes you contained them and you sort of matched up to them. They didn't really have much going on for the first 36 minutes. And then that last 10 minutes of the first half, they turned it up and they were just kind of like, yeah, now we're going to let the quality kind of show through. Because again, to keep up with Liverpool for the first half, it takes a lot of energy, but that last 10 minutes of the first half, the quality kind of just started.
Oh, Nathan brought up a great point. Fucking Pillock. Arteta, yeah. Oh my days, bro. I don't know what
you doing. I was, since when does he have you? That's cheeky. You'd never stood up for yourself like that when you're playing.
I'm tiring over him. You're getting the full.
Never seen him do that when he was playing in the Premier League.
Call me back. Yeah, and he's trying to shout. What's going on? That's off brand. That was not you. And then literally Anfield, it just starts cooking. And it starts getting riled up. But
literally Anfield crowd tax just tripled after that moment because you're not gonna beef Klopp in front of us and think we're gonna have it. That's what they said. Yeah, fair enough. Said you've seen. Let's zero out your club, lads. Yeah, Chim's having a ball in the comments, fam. Chim's having an absolute party. But second half, I talked about how first at the end of the first half they turned up the quality. Second half was smothering. Like that was literally
it was suffocating.
They flipped that switch all the way to 10 to start that second half, and you don't see like I don't know what Klopp told them at halftime that they said, yeah, no, we need to come out and pattern this straight away. They came out and they were literally closing everything down. Like I don't get. That's just pure coaching, like getting the press that right. When you get the press that right and you're just able to, you know where the next pass is going and you're able to be there. I'm closing this guy down because I know he's going to receive the next pass. And you force them to make so many mistakes. Because Lokonga and Tavares shook. That second half.
Liverpool's press is so like demoralizing because it's like it makes you question your ability. So
literally, first half, you're passing out the back decently first half. Second half, you couldn't even like.
So you're not going to beat them with a long ball. You're not going to beat them with a long ball because they're better in the air, and then they're going to make you question your ability because you have to pass through them, and the passes you have to play through them, you have to be very good. That's why Man City is the perfect match for them because it's like cool. You make us question our ability, but 9 times out of 10, our ability is top. Arsenal. Yeah, it's like a valiant effort, but it's only a matter of time before you concede. And then Arsenal's best strength right now, which is very, very weird, is actually our back four. Once we pass that back four, because if you really deep it, Arsenal defend well as a back four, to be honest. They defend well, and their back line play well on the ball as well. So, like, they attack well, they intensify, they speed up the play with direct passes, and that. This is just the back line. Then you go forward a little bit. Their midfield is but their attack is like You get what I mean? So everything happens from the defense, and it's just like the defense is performing at an optimum, right? So once that falls flat, that's it. Because Aubameyang, again, so many games like this. What do you expect from him?
Yeah, you're gonna see him.
Lacazette. I feel like, and Aubameyang's Lacazette one is sad because you can get a player that does both their jobs. You can merge, they can fusion, literally. Dragon Ball Z.
And they're
Few
still
them big
talking
players.
about, they're talking about Lacazette, a new deal for Lacazette.
No, there's not. They're not talking about that. They're not.
They are still.
They're not talking about. They don't need to talk about that. That's lazy. That's lazy.
Jim said Tavares is swag. Put it into the comments. Is
What can you
Tavares?
say Tavares is swag?
That's what Jim says. That's what CE says. That's what CE says. I want people to put into the comments. What did you think of Nuno Tavares? I know he had a bad game yesterday, but he's been on a decent little run for Arsenal. Do you think he's a decent player? Do you think he's a good player, bad player? Put it into the comments. I want to know. Emil Smith Rowe, Saka. Are you worried for Saka? That's what I want to know. Are you worried for Saka? Because
no. Because you're seeing youngsters in a quality team. For example, today, Man City, you're seeing Cole Palmer. You'll see McGee or McTaffy. What's the guy that came on after him? Number 87. You're seeing these. They're seeing these that come on in a team that's how you're supposed to bed in youngsters. Do you get what I mean? That's how you're supposed to bed in youngsters. The onus is very rarely, unless your kid's generational, like for like seriously generation, like top three, should the onus be on them at such a young age consistently. But that's not what Saka and Smith Rowe are. They're very, very good talents, but the onus shouldn't always be on them. So I'm not worried. But this isn't. It's nice for them to get game time, but this isn't the perfect condition for them to grow. Because all this does is increase their stock for them to go elsewhere. Because after a while, by 23, they're going to be like, nah, this is dead. Do something else.
I hear it. Quickly touch on Liverpool because again, we talked a lot on Arsenal. Liverpool, you said the word suffocating. It was a great performance, especially second half where they really turned it on. You put Liverpool to win the Premier League.
Yeah.
Do you still agree with that statement after seeing City's performances, Chelsea's performances? Do you still see Liverpool taking on the title at the end of the season?
My pride is not letting me change, but I'm not really pressed to change because yes, City were fantastic. Yes, Chelsea were fantastic this weekend as well. But so were Liverpool. So it's like, what's making me change? It's just with Chelsea, you just don't know where the slip's going to come from. Same thing with Liverpool, to be honest. The West Ham one was against the run of play, right? But I feel like it's going to go down to the wire, these three, and this is what an interesting Premier League race on our hands. But I don't feel like nothing's pressuring me to change. Do you know what I mean?
I hear it.
Whereas you,
hey, chill on me. Is it done? 2022, second half of the season. We're doing the title charge.
That's Ricky's burner. Hey, hell no. You weren't here when Ricky was saying, "Oh yeah, I'll give Lacazette a new contract."
No, I saw it. I heard it.
That's Ricky's burner talking, man.
I'm crying. We got some answers to the question: is Nuno Tavares shit? I'll quickly answer those and then pass it back to you. CJ said he's too shit to be a winger, so they put him left back. Nathan said one bad game doesn't define Tavares. For me, it's Salah he's playing.
It's just
Very good playing. A lot of left backs been getting cooked by Salah this season. Salah cooked him and can't call him swag. Nathan again. Salah tax is clearly there. Even Tierney would have held Corn.
Look, my thing is this: how Nuno's got to be like 19 or 20, something like that.
Yeah, I think he's like 21.
He's 20. Okay, cool. So he got cooked by Salah. You saying he's crap yet? All I've said about Nuno is he's actually like a sprint demon, like up and down that line. He's good. He's okay going forward. He needs to improve defensively, but he's not swag. He's not swag.
Oh, he's 22. Oh no,
Okay.
21.
But he's young. He's young.
Do you see what he said about Salah?
What, himself?
Yeah, he said Salah doesn't know me now, but after this match, he'll know me.
Yeah, he's not wrong. So what? Salah knows him. He's not wrong.
He knows it. Sure. I think Salah must have just seen him as another
He
left
had a
back.
decent first. Well said by Hugo here. He never has calculated comments, but this is a good one from him. Nuno had a decent first half, defended well, just a poor second half against the best in the world. Lost his head after. Yeah, you've watched Nuno every game, have you? Watched him out in Benfica? Nah, sorry, man. I'm getting pissed off. Nah, man. But anyway, let's move on, man. Because he's grinding me up, man. I'm sweating in my house.
Guys, if you're still in the building with us, thank you very much for joining us on this Sunday evening. Make sure you're hitting the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. If you're not new to the channel, but you still haven't subscribed, then what you doing, make sure you hit that subscribe button and then smash the like button as well. Why not? You're here already, just smash it. When you're in that position, just have to smash it.
You just have to smash it.
In that position,
Just have to smash it. Yeah, shout out to Liverpool though. They patterned it. They just completely controlled it.
What are you saying about Simiskas, Liverpool left back? I think he might. I
was having a fantastic discussion with Hugo Perry in the comments, and just quickly on Man United, it's just crazy how you lot were saying Luke Shaw was one of the best left backs in the world. And he raised a great point saying that at no point would I would never take Luke Shaw over Tsimikas. That's
okay.
That's what I'm trying to say.
You wouldn't have been saying that last season though.
No, because Tsimikas wasn't really there last season. He barely played.
Okay, so what's your point? What's your point?
Now we've seen him. I've seen Luke Shaw. I've seen Luke Shaw. So when you're telling me he's world class,
this is what I mean. You're just bring United into it for no reason. You just bring United into it for no reason because we done the United segment. You were there. I did a review.
Using it for balance. I'm just using. Please don't point at me. I'm just using it for balance. I'm using it for balance in the sense that you asked me what do I think about it, and I'm ranking him. I think he's decent. He's very, very competent. Very, very competent. And
Liverpool got a good scouting system there for him to bring him in.
Solid one. And the fact that he didn't play for the first season, or you didn't really know of him in the first season, and then
you think they signed him this season?
Yeah, it's just they have a tendency of doing that. They did something similar with Robertson, he played eventually. Obviously, Keita wasn't here first season, but yeah.
Quickly, I want to discuss because Barclays, they give us some games like we got yesterday. 3-3 Burnley versus Crystal Palace. Sometimes Barclays is the Barclays. We'll give you them sort of games sometimes.
Smash money. And that's both teams to score in both halves. Shout out anyone who ate.
Hey, literally, we need to get a betting sponsor on there because we put some great shouts on it. Need a betting sponsor, really. But just quickly, I don't think you would have watched that game because everyone was watching United get pammed by Watford, but I'm sure you would have seen the highlights by now. Am I right?
No.
You didn't see the highlights?
Yeah.
Wow, absolutely wow.
Match of the day. We lost.
You know what? You didn't watch Match of the Day.
We lost. Fuming. I was watching it just before the start of the stream. Match of the day, we lost. Fuming. But yeah, all the 3 o'clock games. Neville said all the 3 o'clock games were a joke. The scorelines were mad. And I was like, I'm definitely going to watch this tonight. And then we got pound 4-0 and I started doing some Excel spreadsheet work. That's how you know that proper realign my evening. Well, yeah, go on. Talk us through it.
Derek is a bum as well because when it was 0-0, he was like, I can't wait to watch Match of the Day. United getting pammed. I can't wait to watch Match of the Day. Hey, as soon as it was 3-0, man went to Talk Social. They watched no Match of the Day. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm getting into Arsenal by 5 by 4, so I started working on these volleys. What was going on in that match?
Hey, Cornet banging goal. Benteke, form of his life again, man. It's good to see Benteke kicking ball again after a couple seasons where it just didn't look like he was landing for him. We're going to put a bit of that on Roy Hodgson tax. But again, just seeing him be the big physical finisher that we know he can be. It's good to see under Patrick Vieira. Conor Gallagher, another assist. I'm telling you, the boy's going crazy down there. I'm telling you, 40 minutes. I'm telling you, Chelsea's going to put a calm bag. He's got the England cap tax as well. I'm telling you, when I say 40 million for Gallagher, it's gonna be 40 million. That's what Chelsea are gonna request. England international goals and assists. I'm telling you, £40 million player right there. Nathan said Chim chatting like he's not a bench boy at Sunday League, getting a 30-man in rotation minute. Fucking hell. What?
No, Becky, they've been arguing in the comments. I feel like, for God's sake. Yeah, no, basically.
You'll play 90 minutes on a Saturday and Sunday. Hey, Chim, fight back.
Yeah, he's been coming out swinging in the comments, coming out talking about people who's a bench boy and just talk about how Nuno's a bench boy, and everyone's just like, allow him, bro. But anyway.
Nathan said, Paddy V bringing back black excellence in the Prem. Love to see it. Very much love to see it.
Shout out the fact that he brought coaches, he's bringing coaches in terms of Sol Campbell, Makalele, I think Makalele as well. I'm not too sure, but he's bringing black coaches as well because there's just a lack of black coaches because people are telling me Nuno was black, but
Tim says also fair enough. You know it's black, I swear. I swear you got a little tint.
I'm called a tint.
I
You call it a
don't know.
tint.
I don't know his full ethnicity, so I won't actually say what he is. I won't go into it, but I think I heard he's black.
Like The Rock, black.
Ooh, he does look kind of that is a good comparison. To be fair,
Like
Rock
Fiji, like Samoa, like
Rock is black, I swear.
We'll do a poll, people. Let us know if The Rock is black. Nah.
Hey, yo, put in the comments, is The Rock black or not?
Well, yeah,
yeah, another 2-3-3. So yeah, again, when I talk about Barclays, Barclays keeps providing, man. Newcastle, Eddie Howe, Newcastle just dramatic for no reason. Like, how can Eddie Howe get COVID the day before his first match?
Yeah. They're destined to go down, by the way.
Yeah, they're going down.
They're going down. Eddie Howe's shouldn't have taken that job. They're going down. I just wanted to quickly touch on Chelsea.
Keanu, is Nuno half black or is The Rock half black? Let's get this right.
Yeah, because we need to. People are saying,
Let's get some clarity. Let's get some clarity.
Yeah, because anyway, I just wanted to. The Rock is as black as that. Sorry. I know. Let's get serious now. Stop. Cool. So I wanted to quickly talk on Chelsea's win at the King Power. Yeah, it was very. Let's start and back to Brendan Rodgers because I wanted to. Hey, no, let's start. I don't know what's going on at Brendan Rodgers. Banks, did you watch the game?
I watched the game still.
You got BT. Okay, I love that on you. Cool.
I got the online team. Come on, man.
Okay, cool.
But all
right.
Bingo. Bingo. Shemi's internet blacking out at 47 minutes and 29 seconds. If you got Shem's internet blacking out at 47 minutes and 29 seconds, make sure you give yourself a stamp. You're on your way to a free cheeseburger. We're playing Shem's internet bingo blackout. Make sure you give yourself the stamp. But back. We had to wait a while for this one. Still.
Yeah, I know a lot of people lost money.
Yeah, no.
So anyway, I was gonna say, at the King Power, people were drawing out on Diddy, and just the fact that Leicester, just with all the players they have, is it really because of this Fofana injury that they just look so easy to attack or that they concede goals so easily? Because Chelsea cut through them, and it was quite easy. Chelsea were just always in control.
Genius said. It was close, Genie. It was about 8 minutes out. Keep playing. If you're in the comments playing Shem's internet blackout bingo, make sure you keep playing. But yeah, just getting back onto Leicester. Sorry, we've been very distracted. Just that this is a big thing on the final third. You don't really have to play that game. But just getting back to Leicester. I think Fofana's injury has been massive because we saw how good he actually was as a defender, just not even in terms of tactically, like just in terms of one-on-one defending, like just me and you defending. I feel like Fofana is going to win a lot of those battles. So lose that, and then they've tried to replace him with Vestergaard, didn't really work. He's not really a great one-on-one defender. And now Brendan Rodgers, to make it even worse, he's done what all managers do when they're on the ropes. And when they're on the ropes and they don't really know what to do, they try and fling as many defenders onto the pitch, and it just looks so disorganized.
A lot of things not working because they're when they were powerful. Fair enough. Nathan's on your thing with Sionchu.
Yeah, so I can't lie, Sionchu, I haven't rated him for. I feel like he's one of them big block defenders that just don't move. They're not good at moving. They can't defend in space. My big thing is, in 2021, as a centre back, if you can't defend in space, then you're finished. You can't perform at the top level.
Brendan Rodgers has no idea of how to use Samara. He could though. He could. No, not Samara. Sorry, but Sionchu could defend in space in that season when not the first season. First season he didn't play. The second season when he came.
Season when Fofana was there and he could do most of the covering up.
Yeah.
There we go. He needs somebody to clear up after his mistakes because again he can't operate in them big spaces. Again, Nathan said Brendan Rodgers has no idea how to use Samari. Samari and Ndidi in that midfield were looking crazy together. And this is my big thing about Ndidi. Like, I don't like, again, there's so much structural issues with Leicester right now. I don't like singling out players.
Isolating the players, yeah.
But I think this is a very good way to show why a lot of top clubs are erring on the side of caution when it comes to Ndidi. His passing literally just isn't there. Like, yes, covering spaces, getting the ball back, he's excellent. Everyone knows he can do that well. But if you're playing in a top side, playing in that midfield, you need to be able to pass the ball. And he just does not get it gone
fast.
He does not get it gone fast enough. And when he tries to get it gone fast enough, more often than not, he's losing it.
He misses his mark.
Again,
I hear you.
Ian Nacho, the fact that Ian Nacho is not playing for Leicester is mind-boggling.
There's a lot of structural. You're right. There's a lot of structural issues. You go to the free, and then you've lost. And as well, when Leicester were cash money, then when they were playing very well and fearful, their fullbacks were peak. I know Castagne got injured. I know Pereira came back off an injury, and then obviously James Justin as well. But like, it's just not looking as smooth as it once was. Johnny Evans is washed now. Chim said he's 36 and he's had a lot of injuries, so I understand. Yeah, I guess Johnny Evans was supposed to be Sionchu's. No. Johnny Evans was supposed to pair with Sionchu. So it's Johnny Evans, Sionchu, Vestergaard, and Fofana. Yeah, they're flat. Yeah, there's not really a lot there. She's breakdancing. Nuno is black, by the way. So let's quickly go back to
important information. Managers in the Premier League.
Yeah, but Keanu just can't say that, and then we just take it. Like we just take it.
Keanu's been on the United show, so I trust him. Don't worry.
Yeah, fair enough. Qualified journalist. Well, that's a qualified journalist.
But again, Iheanacho, his brilliant end to the season, like not even just his goal scoring, but when he plays for Leicester, Leicester play better. He links the play better for Leicester in that number 10 role. Like we've determined he's not a striker. It's not like he's competing with Vardy for his spot. Because Vardy's Leicester legend. They're not really trying to drop him. But
my God. Just deeped it.
Ooh, Madison. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. But Iheanacho is just like, why, Rodgers, why are you so afraid to play Iheanacho? Even just second half when Iheanacho came on, you saw that little upturn in the way Leicester were playing. They played a bit better. Yes, Chelsea eventually just
Leicester's got a fantastic squad. I feel like that's where Graham Potter should go. That's
exactly what I was saying in the studio. He needs that next jump up.
Leicester's got a fantastic squad, because now we're just saying some names. We're ringing off names. Chim mentioned Maddison. Nathan's just mentioned Daka and Kelechi. And there's a lot of good pieces there. I feel like in terms of personnel, they're one good centre-back away from, because their fullbacks are good. Their wingers are not that good, but they just need like maybe one good centre-back and Daka's a good enough winger. So it's like they've got a lot of pieces there. They've got a lot. Schmeichel's a very steady goalkeeper. Rodgers is taking them as far as he can go, but Rodgers has to prove something this season. And by prove something, does that mean top 4? Because they always finish 5th. Maybe win another FA Cup. I don't know, but I don't know where Rodgers can take them. I feel it's very comfortable with Rodgers right now. It's not right now, but it's very comfortable with him as Leicester's manager. But yeah,
I think you're right about having to prove something, because again, we even said in the comments, has Rodgers flopped at Leicester? We think he's got 2 Europa League finishes, FA Cup. That's not a bad haul for Leicester, but again, hasn't proved that he's taken Leicester to the next.
Maybe if he wins the Europa this season.
If you fair, they're even on the cusp of going out, like they're not even secure on going through. But again, like I think you're right in terms of he does have to prove something at Leicester this season, because the fact that there's still question marks about his legacy at Leicester, what he's done there, I feel like he has to possibly show something to show that this project isn't dead, because right now it looks as if it's the end of the project. Like they kind of need to refresh, getting a new face, because it'll be I think this is his fourth. This will be his 4th year at Leicester, 3rd or 4th year.
4th year.
Yeah, 4th. This is his 4th year. Not a lot of managers go past 4 years. There's not a lot of managers going past 4 years nowadays. Like after 4 years, more time, you need a refresh. You need something different. That might be what needs to happen with Leicester. What Nathan said, Potter blueprint is the blueprint. Hey, if you know about blueprint days during uni, then boy, hey, you know. That's all that needs to be said about that. Nathan said, if I'm Leicester, I'm looking at Klozek at left wing / Cam and Musa Diaby at Leverkusen for right wing. I haven't seen much of this Lozek. I'm gonna call it Lozek. Lozek. I haven't seen much of him, but Musa Diaby, that would be something cheeky. They've got wingers there, look, Lookman and Harvey Barnes. I think Harvey Barnes was coming off an injury this season.
Yeah, Harvey Barnes has been way off it. But
yeah, they haven't really been able to make much of an impact.
Get rid of Perez. Obviously Pratt's gone. Get rid of these people like that. Obviously Damari's gone, doing well at Everton. But get rid of these fringe players. Get rid of all of them.
Get some quality.
And then,
any other games you want to discuss?
No, that's it. And shout out Chelsea. They played well. That's what they're getting. Because we'll discuss Cho another day, because I'm sure Chelsea fans say we need to discuss Cho. The little star boy's finally getting some limelight.
Yeah, man. I told you that was gonna happen though.
No one cares. It's too late now. Actually, no one cares. Like when no one actually cares.
Guys, thank you once again for looking into the final third this Sunday evening. If you are new to the channel, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Make sure you're smashing the like button. Make sure you're following at the final 3RD _ on the socials. On our Instagram, it's at tfinal3rd _. Make sure you're following Shem or Shemi, always Shemi Laurie or Lavish, whichever one you want to call him, at Shems _94. Make sure you're following Banks, aka Banknote, aka Ask Me for a 10 and I got you. At Banks3. Once again, thank you very much for joining us this evening. I've been your host, Banks, joined by Lavish. Have a very, very lovely evening. Good night.
You are now listening to The Final Third.
I think Pepe's so coachable.
Wow, you should be in
just need to
prison.
shake him.
You should be in prison. We build you out. We build you out to come and play this season. You're out here disgracing us. You should be in prison.